Hello and welcome to my playthrough of Rage 2. Today I'll be covering all the combat related missions that are out there in the game. The first combat related missions is the bulletin boards. Bounty boards. It varies on how much you get out of them, and it's usually a simple combat in a place that's kind of out of the way. As you can see, at this point it's at level 1 and we need to get it to level 5 and catch up with the rest. And what's really funny is quite a few of these bounties, you end up running into the chests and stuff to boost science. And also the bounties can be anywhere on the map. Yeah. One thing I like that you can get later once you get into the DLC is the auto drive feature once you start tracking the places. So that means if I'm tracking it like I am here, I could just set it to auto drive and go do personal stuff like get a drink or whatever. Well, it's driving itself there. But that'll be getting covered in a future video when I get to that point. Matter of fact, I think we still gotta edit them. And most of your time taken to take out these bounty missions, because you can still do them even after the game's over before going into New Game Plus, is getting there. And I think there's quite a few kill 'em all bounties in these little areas to the side of the thing. And that's bounty completed. So it's a nice simple way to continue maxing them out. I think your maximum levels is 19. Now for the second way to gain points for combat is these goon nests.
Ammunition low. 90% integrity.
And all these goon nests are loaded with various treasures. As long as they're active, there's a good chance of there being a probe there. And as you can see, there's a lot of people, a lot of chests, and a probe. And that's atypical of these. Matter of fact, there'll be a follow-up video about one I found that's got some kind of cool ways to get into it. And I'll cover that in that video. That was my mistake in trying to get that. Because they fly away so quickly. And they never return to where you triggered them from. According to everything I've read, if you go off in the direction they flew off to, you can usually find them in the next stronghold type area like this. Sometimes the smaller not really linked to anything side areas, the ones that are looking like diamonds on the map. Like the area where I showed getting the probe in the last video. I actually did this before I did that.
Isn't that bad? The outpost is cleared out. All the creeps are done crawling.
Fine work. The coalition will take back control. Trade will flourish and stability will reign. Yeah, and that will provide you with some valuable services. I'm sure you know.
Yeah. And the rest of this is just picking up everything I missed from fighting. Because once you kill the last goon, you're done. It's just a matter of killing them all and moving on. And I like to clear them all out because it does give you extra points and everything else. Now, this is the third type of combat area, clearing out mutant nests. There's a ton of them in the swamp area. And I always thought it's a shame you only get 3 shots with that mortar. Now to clear these out, it isn't about killing all the mutants. You see that bouncing thing in the background there? Well, it's hidden in the smoke now. But that glowing, bouncing round thing, there's tons of them around one of these. And the whole point is to destroy them all. Only after destroying all those eggs, I think they're called, will this be cleared out. Same if it's in the sewers, if it's in anywhere you do one of these missions. You'll even run into them for a boss when you're going after the boss like entity of the giant mutants, which I think is the next part of the video. And these guys will keep pouring out of the holes or wherever they're generating from until you've destroyed the very last egg. So if you're still getting swarmed by these guys when you go past, you left a pile of eggs hidden somewhere. And unfortunately I triggered a probe. I was too busy dealing with the dang mutants to just deal with it. And when you're really getting swarmed, overdrive really does help. Now, they've added some really neat things. And once you destroy the last one, even if you're being swarmed, all of a sudden these guys just disappear. I don't know if they run off or what. And unfortunately, see, they all just disappeared. And only worry about picking up anything more than the ammo after you've cleared it out. Any treasure chest or whatever. Unfortunately, like we saw, we missed the probe. Sorry about the haze up here. But this is what I mentioned while we were clearing the mutant nest, going after the giant mutants. Now this one is a challenge. and these are named crushers is what they call them. I just call them giant mutants. They're kind of like that first dude that bit off Jersey's head in the intro. Your best weapons on them is the rocket launcher, and I'm going non-DLC weapons. Shotgun if it's fully upgraded. Some of your fully upgraded skills, I don't think they work as well. Just from the size. And yes, I'm taking my time to really look around, because there's a lot of these mutants around. And as you can tell, my sound's off a little bit. It sounds like my sound's ahead of my video. And the nice thing is, unless there's the eggs associated, and I think there's some bases like that, once you kill off the mutants going after these crushers, you're cool. They won't be coming after you anymore. There's usually tons of items around. Then there's one of these crusher nests that you might, if you have the BFG, you might want to spend some money to make sure you have at least 3 or 4 rounds for it, because you face 2 of these guys at the same time. And it's up in the jungle area. One thing I miss from the original game that I don't have is the sniper rifle. I think that's the only thing I miss, is that sniper rifle. And the robots. And the remote control cars that blew up. This one's more of a shooter than a sneaker like the first one. Like I said, when dealing with these mutants, when going after the crushers and the crusher nest, wait until you clear out the area and then try to pick up anything like these ferrite things, because most of the chests are after you beat the crusher, especially if there's an arc chest. And like this nest, there's a bunch of chests outside that aren't associated with this map. Hidden in all them buildings around it at the beginning. And it's because of all these hidden chests that I stressed for the original Quest's walkthrough. The importance of opening up the science tech tree so that you can find all these when you're going through. What's also wild with dealing with the mutants, if you're the difference between the mutants and the other mobs in the game is if you're dealing with the other mobs and you're going like I'm doing, you can see them. See, we can see some eggs nests there. But see, this is, like I said, this is where I missed the sniper rifle. The closest we have is the machine gun and the rocket launcher. And the rocket launcher really doesn't zoom in well. And if you take out all these egg things, the mutants won't regenerate if you have to come through here again. There's a lot of little hidden areas in these. They put in a lot of work. You can tell they put in a lot of work to hide these little details. They did in the original too. So yeah, the sound's giving away what's coming up. I kind of prefer when the video's ahead of the sound, when it does this screw up. This was recorded before the last update for the video recorder. See, according to the sound, it already beating. But this is why I say the rocket launcher is the best weapon for this.
That giant Abaddon mutant is down.
You did good. Big Abaddon muties sometimes get too smart. Kids to roam alone, leaving their habitats, just lashing out at everything. Better to deal with it before that happens.
And then the sound's starting to kinda get on time now, so it's something weird, a little weird. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope this helps you finish the combat missions, and good luck.